Unpopular opinion, but the reason why your knotless braids is not protecting the way that you want it to protect is because you are most likely wearing your hair entirely too long. Entirely. You're not supposed to be wearing knotless braids for 2 months, especially if you got fine hair with thick, medium braids on them. Because what happens is when that new growth starts to new growthing, the weight of it with that medium on that little bitty part is causing it to break, especially if you're not moisturizing your hair, meaning you don't have some type of leave-in or some type of oil on your scalp. You just putting it up and doing all types of stuff with nothing, no oils, no nothing. And then you want to blame it on the braider. No, you're keeping them in too long. And then when you take them out, you got to comb out all that lint from the root. And then another thing that some braiders do, which y'all got to quit doing that. I'm going to just say it right now. Quit taking the rat tail comb. Let me show y'all what y'all be doing. Y'all take the rat tail comb and then just with the braiding gel on your client's hair and just combing like a crazy person. If you trying to comb, first of all, anytime you are detangling natural hair, you need to be starting from the tip to the root. Not from the newest part of the hair all the way to the oldest. From the oldest part all the way up. Okay? Now, I'm guilty where I might start off combing that root, but immediately when I get to a tangle, I pull out. And I detangle from the bottom. I also use my unbrush. I'm not putting product all down the shaft of the person's hair before I start feeding it in. Braiders, you got to do better. Another thing braiders are not doing is not being honest with your client. If your client is having like fine or thin hair, quit adding in. I don't care if they want medium-sized braids. Quit adding in thick pieces. You always start off with very small, very small. Let me show y'all how small. This is a small piece. This is a small piece. But if their edges is very small, you're going to start the braid with this, super small. Then start building it up with other small pieces. You see this? Building right away. You don't go in there with a thick piece on a little bitty nothing. Another thing, make the parts. I feel like for me, I make the parts according to my client's density of their hair. And you need to be honest with your client and say, your hair is on the thinner, finer side. And I don't want your hair to break off. So I'm going to make the part just a tad bit bigger, and I'm going to add in pieces. But for a vet, or even if you're not a vet, you add in tiny pieces. Even if they say, well, I would like the parts to be all the whatever. Very, very tiny. You started off tiny. You see how skinny that is? Very tiny pieces. Building up that root. But y'all as consumers, people that's wearing them, I understand braids is a lot of money. But y'all want the boho. Y'all want the human boho. Y'all want the butt length. Y'all want the thigh length. You got to take them out. Because what happens is when that new growth comes, the weight, gravity pulls down, is pulling. And then the more you pull it up. Another thing, quit, just because Knotless Braids is able to do all this, quit doing a full-blown, high-form ponytail that's tight the first day, second day since you got it done. Your hair, your head swells up after being in it. Now, you might not look like you got a grape of puffiness, but just know your scalp is tender. It has been tugged at for hours. And I'm not saying tugged in a way of like hurting, but it has been ran through for hours. It needs time to calm, to settle, and get back to its natural state. Not only that, it went from natural, hair to like, what is this weight? What is this? Give it time. I always tell my clients, don't go putting your hair up. I don't care if these are knotless braids. And yes, I moisturize and oil and all that before they go. But I understand if you got vacation in 2 days. Try to book a week before your vacation. Or I'll say 3 days. 4 days. So that way, when you get on vacation, you can put them up in a ponytail. But I always say, give it a week. Wear them down. Wear them down. Don't go putting them up right away. You're breaking off your hair. Because it's tight at the root. Like, y'all got to start making it make sense. This is why knotless braids for some people is just not the move. You're keeping it in too long. You're not moisturizing and maintaining it. All y'all care about is if the boho curls is bohoing. Y'all need to be caring about the healthiness of your hair. You also need to be getting these ends clipped. Or at least, even if you don't want to do a full, because, a lot of braiders is like no blunt cuts. And I feel them. But at least get your ends dusted. But braiders, stop putting that braiding gel in the root, a whole bunch of it, and then using a rat tail and thinking that the comb ain't going. Then it's like, oh, you didn't blow dry your hair well. No, I blow dried my hair well. You just put a whole bunch of thick, heavy product on my strands of hair. And now you're trying to comb it out with a little tooth comb. No, stop doing that. Get an unbrush and start from the end to the root. But that's my thought. Unpopular opinion. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Because my clients tell me I got growing hands. And the proof is in the pudding. But I'm just letting y'all know. Y'all, as hairstylists, we have to tell our clients how to maintain these hairstyles too. That was one of the things my daughter said to me. What makes you stand out is you tell people how to maintain these styles. So, pro tip. Tell your clients how to maintain these hairstyles. Well, anyway, peace and hair grease. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. But knotless braids is not breaking off your hair. It's how you take care of your hair.